Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna do a little something on my iPhone, but this bitch says temperature. iPhone needs to cool down before you can use it. Whatever. Put it back in my pocket. I don't need a damn cell phone. I'm on a bike. I don't know why I'm like doing a redneck LP voice, but you know. Close that. So I'm a little bit bored, and I got thinking. I've never done a review of my VMAX. I've never done a review of my S1000 either. So here we go. Vlog number 600 for today and this weekend. Anyway, VMAX 1200. Like I said in the walk around, 1200cc V4. Everything's right where you would expect it to be. Carbureted, so you got a reserve. That's right here on the stalk. So nice. No fiddling or fiddling or reaching or digging or none of that shit. It's right here. When the little guy comes on, you turn that. Shit's where it's supposed to be. Charging system on these things do suck. There are some areas that you can improve yourself, like some of the wiring and crimping and stuff like that. Oh, that air feels good. It is hot out here. As you saw, my iPhone wasn't working. But anyway, my VMAX. I've had this thing for 2 years, almost 3 years. So, what do I think about it? I love it. I couldn't tell you if I love it more than my S1000. It's not as diverse as my S1000 RR is. Even though that's a sport bike, it's so comfortable. This thing is it's built for a purpose, and that purpose is going fast in a straight line. And I will tell you, you can't really beat it for doing that. There are probably a handful of bikes that can beat it anyway. It's about as fast, if not a little faster, than a 600cc sport bike. I haven't gotten to run one yet, but numbers to numbers, this is faster. This is about a 10-second bike out of the box. Well, Yamaha says it's like a 10.9 bike. I think most people end up running like 12.1s or 11.5s and stuff with it. I ran a 12.3 with a fucking 4-second 60-foot. That was terrible. Let's not talk about it. But I'm getting better. Anyway, so my VMAX, I love it. It's got some quirks and some things that I would, change on it. I'm trying to figure out if I want these bars or not. I'm thinking about doing some drag bars because I think that the angle on the pullback is too much. Because my hands kind of, my arms kind of like go inward and I don't like it. So maybe some flat drag bars would be a little better, but then I don't know if that'll hunch me over more. Decisions. But no, I love this bike. If you're thinking about getting one, know what you're getting yourself into. You're not getting a Honda Shadow. You're not getting a fucking Sportster. This is a 1200cc muscle bike. Basically, when they built this thing, like, hey, we got a badass engine. What are we going to put it in? And then they built the frame. And if you get pre-95, the brakes are shit. You've got dual piston brakes in the front. I mean, it's dual caliper, or it's dual rotor. It's twin brake in the front, but if you just end up with it's dual caliper in the front, but those early ones only had twin piston. This is a 4-piston bike, and some people do R1 upgrades. They put the brakes off the R1 on it, and you don't get an upgrade. It's actually, they say the braking is worse than the VMAX brakes. These are kind of cool. I think the worst part about the VMAX brakes is the front suspension. It just kind of collapses when you hit it. Yeah, that's probably my biggest complaint, is the brakes actually work good, but the suspension doesn't handle the rate at which it stops 600 pounds. Because this is it's a cruiser. It's a light cruiser for as big of an engine as it is, but that's about all it is there's an engine, the gas tank's under your ass, which that's a complaint. I mean, I don't expect much else, but it just caught me off guard when I first got it. Was the fact that with the Stage 7 jets, I get about 60 miles till the light comes on. If I milk it, I can get about 120 miles to a tank, maybe. And that's on my S1000. That's about when the light comes on. They say it's a 4.5 gallon tank, but I don't really believe it. I think it's 4 gallons. But I don't plan on running out of gas on this. I can probably ask a couple guys on the VMAX for them who, not to be a dick, but they run out of gas quite frequently. But those guys ride long distance on their Maxes, which is another thing that you can do. This bike does have a seat rest. It's there for safety reasons, because without it you will just fly off the back. Fucking grass in my eyes. Hopefully I can get out over here. I didn't want to end up in a neighborhood. Although I like these houses. I can't afford any of them, but no outlet. Is that no outlet straight or no outlet? No outlet that way. Maybe there's no outlet over here too. But yeah, so what was I talking about? Oh, the backrest. The backrest is there to keep your ass from flying off the back. It's a cruiser, and it accelerates like a sport bike. It's, oh, Hitler. I thought it said Hitler Road. Well, I'm not going left then. Alright, turn right at Hitler Road. Okay. Uh-oh. Poor little wabbit didn't make it. Anyway, so the backrest there to keep your ass from flying off the back. Other complaints, this thing is way too damn small, but it was designed in the 80s, so you can't expect a whole lot from it. So the tach is way too small, and it's where it shouldn't be. The speedo should be down there. You don't look at the speedo anywhere near as much as you do the tach if you use this bike properly. I don't think that's a cop. Nope, it's a Lexus. Mason. Ah, Ferrari! Woo, yeah. The seat is hard. It's not like, it's not rock hard, like it's not like a wafer like a CBR or anything, but it's a hard foam. A lot of guys upgrade that with a Corbin seat. I don't want to go down in that neighborhood. They make more in a year than I'll make in my life. So yeah, the seat's a little hard. I would suggest that if you ride with a passenger often, you get a backrest, like a little sissy bar thing. It doesn't look cool, but man, my girlfriend is pissed that I don't have one. She might even comment below and be like, "Fuck you, you need to get one." That's generally how the conversation goes, and I say, no, it's a hot rod. It's not a Harley, baby. So yeah, that's kind of my complaints. As far as if you're looking to buy one and you know what you're getting into, if you want the fastest street machine that's really out there, that's not a super sport, this is what you can get. This thing fucking kills V-rods when it's stock. I mean, it just absolutely destroys them. So if you're looking at them, get them. Right now it seems like prices are around, and this is Memorial Day weekend, so May 30th, 2016. The prices are right around, for 20,000 miles, or 20 to 30,000 mile bike, you can get a mid-90s bike for about $3,700 is what I saw when I was looking last. And I didn't plan to do this review, so I didn't think about anything. It's got an old school trip, so you gotta like wheel it and everything, and it just kind of trips me out. Maserati, round 2 on the pretty cars. Actually, there was a nice Merc in there too that we saw. But that intake growl, the sound of this bike compares to nothing else. And my favorite part about it, you don't see many. And when you do, every VMAX owner I've ever met is cool as shit, besides one guy. And that was some fucking dick who bought it just to flip it, who was a Harley asshole. And I'm not saying Harley guys are assholes. My dad's a Harley guy, my brother's a Harley guy. I come from a Harley family. I'm just the weirdo in the bunch. Where does Conway Road go? Let's see where Conway goes. But this guy was just a dick, and he was drunk as shit. But he had a nicely built, I mean, it had Hindle exhaust, and it had a bunch of chrome pieces and shit on it. Some fucking UFO side intake carb thingies. I didn't check to see if it was a stage 7 bike or not. If it was, I probably should have bought it. Saw him at a bike. But VMAX owners are cool. Enough with the rambling. Let's try to get this done. Alright, VMAX owners are pretty cool. And then the other people is where you run into the problem, which is what I like about this bike. They either know what it is and you get mad fucking respect, or it's somebody who doesn't know what it is and they think it's a fucking wannabe Harley. And then you line up next to them and you fucking dust them. I love picking on big boy, like fat boy Harleys and shit that are straight piped and, oh yeah, wow, and I just fucking line up and just dust them. Love this bike. It's a sleeper. Well, it's a sleeper if they don't know what it is. Luckily, my generation, 99% of them don't know what it is. So with it being shaft drive, you do get some play in the back end, whenever you're leaning it. Whoa, hello, like that. If you get too far over, it does flex, and it's kind of scary. But you get some good tires. My recommendation, if you're buying one that needs tires, get some Shinko Tourmasters. They're the stickiest thing you can get, and they're cheap. I think I spent $160 on front and rear tires for this thing, and I upgraded. Like I got a 170 in the back instead of the factory 150. It's the stickiest thing out there, really. I mean, I can hole shot and dead hook. I don't really have any traction issues. I've never gotten the back end loose coming out of a corner, but I'm very conservative on the throttle with this thing coming out of a corner. And I lean it over far enough that I kind of scare my girlfriend at times. Alright, I need to get out of this neighborhood shit. But this thing is just a lot of fun. I don't really know what else to say. I've owned it for I've never